Hey guys, welcome to another English commentary done by Diggity. This is going to be the OSL round of 16. It's going to be a match between Rock and Stork. Stork, poor Stork, he's been having a hard time lately. He got to the OSL Championship last year and beat his arch-rival Bisu. Well, I wouldn't say his arch-rivals are, well, okay, I'll say arch-rival, whatever. Bisu is, I would say Bisu's arch-rival would be Savior, but Stork, I guess, maybe Uvi. Whatever. Anyway, I digress. Stork, just to take in the Protoss throne. Bisu's definitely his chief rival in the Protoss domain. He had just taken the Protoss throne. Had taken kind of the slot as the top Protoss player by beating Bisu in the OSL Championship, and he thought he had it all but sealed, and then along comes Jaedong, and Jaedong takes the championship. And then he doesn't qualify for the MSL, and yeah, just all sorts of problems for Stork. So anyway, I hope he does well this OSL season and gets a championship under his belt. Currently, he only has a World Cyber Games championship under his belt, and he hasn't lived up to a lot of people's potential, even though he's played very well. I think very, I wouldn't say absolutely dominantly, but definitely been at the top of the field for a very long time, and doesn't have as many accolades as he deserves, in my opinion. Both players putting pylons on that map artifact. This is Katrina, by the way. Stork starting at the 3 o'clock position in green, and Rock again at the 12 o'clock position in yellow. I'm not sure if I mentioned that already. Both players, yeah, setting up to kind of block their front door with the map artifact. Rock, though, actually not, interestingly enough, putting a little too far forward. That first gateway, interesting. And he's starting to scout. Looks like he's going to scout counterclockwise, so he's going to come up to Stork's base last. Rock is known for his excessive ceremonies. Looks like an assimilator going down for Stork in the meantime, so he's going to go into a Dragoon build. Rock is known for playing with a passion, and yeah, I would say excessive ceremonies. And 2-gate from Rock. So Rock going for a 2-gate build, he's going to try to Bulldog Stork, and I'm not sorry, Bulldog, he's just going to 2-gate Zealot Rush Stork. And unfortunately, oh man, you do not want to end up scouting your opponent's base last if you're doing this build. And Stork, you can just see from his base setup that it's going to be really difficult to beat that with a 2 Zealot push. I don't see this being all that successful for Rock. Basically, he's going to have to beat Stork in micromanagement, and I just don't see that happening. I would say that Stork, no offense to Rock, Stork has better micromanagement than him, in my opinion, just flat out. And Stork getting a couple hits there on Rock's probe as it comes around. So it looks like Rock now going to start pushing Zealots in. Not to say that this game's absolutely over, because something amazing might happen, but we'll see. But I definitely think Stork is going to be able to handle this, and will come out with an advantage. And as you can see, just that base setup, he's going to be able to put that Dragoon in the back corner, and then the Zealot's just going to have a really hard time getting to it. So the question is will Rock be able to do enough damage to Stork's? Kind of clever by Rock there, tempting that Zealot back, and now Stork sees that first Zealot, and I think he has to assume that there's a push coming on now, because that Zealot's in his base. Usually that Zealot is held back. Rock putting down a pylon in Stork's base, interestingly enough. Maybe he's going to try to put down a gateway along the side, maybe outside the base or on the inside of the base. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is, but that first Dragoon's already out, and I think that spells the end of this. Let's see how Rock can do with this singles out and the 2 other Zealots coming in. Going after the gas, very clever on Rock's part, able to take out one probe, take out the second probe, because obviously he does not want to end up facing any more Dragoons. I don't see those other 2 Zealots pushing in. Maybe they're coming in now. As you can see, Rock desperately trying to switch over to Zealots, pushing that crack, but yeah, it's just too hard to get across all those probes. Going to do as much damage to the economy as he can, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be worth it between that pylon unless he's already canceled it. Second Dragoon out, and that's going to be the end of this rush. And yeah, we'll see if Stork immediately pushes up into Rock's base. I think he can do so and probably be successful, honestly. Yeah, that Zealot's chasing down the one other Zealot that's pushing back. Stork going to open up his base, realizing he's got somewhat of advantage. He can immediately put down probably another gateway and start just pushing in forward. And let's see, I'm not sure if that pylon's still up or if that pylon's been canceled or not. Rock trying to recover. He's got a little bit more gas going. Range upgrade for Stork in the meantime. And yeah, that Zealot ending up, I'm not sure actually, it's hard to tell color-wise if that's just the 2 Zealots falling back or if there's another Zealot inside Stork's base. 2 more Zealots pushing up, but yeah, Stork pushing into the base. This is very clever on Rock's part, trying to engage the forces, buy himself some time, engage the forces out in the open. He's going to end up losing one of those Zealots though, and that's one less piece of defense he's not going to have. Range upgrade's going to be almost finished, and interestingly enough, kind of leading units around that. And it looks like Rock in the meantime has been able to produce enough forces probably to hold this off. We'll see if Stork kind of can exploit that, and going to put a pylon. Actually, was that a pylon? It looks like he's putting something back in the secondary. It looked like a pylon. I'm going to assume it's a Nexus. There's no point in putting a pylon back there. Second gateway almost up for Stork. Stork. And obviously, yeah, we'll see. And now Stork going back for his second expansion, and yeah, a Scout going in for Stork, range upgrade probably, and that's a good build by Stork. Stork sealing off his probe lines. He doesn't want to have anything slip in there and start taking out his probes. He needs to be a little careful though, because if a Zealot runs in there, it could totally wreak havoc. Stork setting up for his secondary, and actually Stork didn't come out too bad for that. That could have been a lot worse. So really not facing any massive cost. Stork waiting for his secondary. Looks like he's going to get a pylon up near his front door. I'm not sure what the purpose of that is. Probably going to wait for a range upgrade and probably going to make another shot at Rock here in a second. Forge going down for Rock, so Rock either thinking about doing some range upgrade or maybe thinking about getting some cannons down. Again, I'm not sure. Is that Stork's pylon in the back? Maybe that's Stork's pylon in the back. We'll see. I'm not sure why he put that pylon at the backhand nexus, except to deny himself the expansion. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe he was putting the pylon down so Stork would look at it and just assume it's a nexus. Be a little tricky in that regard. Putting cannons, so basically he's putting some cannons down to try to protect his front door. Now going to push up for another attack. Yeah, as you can see, that pylon, maybe that is Stork's pylon. I just can't tell by the colors on the map. I'm going to assume that's Stork for the moment. And Stork now is going to have to put up a decent-sized defense. Going to have to micro these units a little bit. As you can see, he's looks like he has one more Dragoon in this force. So if he can micro this properly, he will come out ahead. But again, it's going to be, yeah, as you can see, taking out all of the Dragoons. And now it's just going to be Zealot versus splitting the Zealots away from the main Dragoon force. And now Rock's the remaining forces are going to get picked off. And only, wow, Stork, as you can see, beautiful micromanagement. Only losing 2 Dragoons. If that was me, I would have gotten run over. That's all I'm going to say. And now Rock in a lot of trouble. He really cannot defend his front. Trying to get a robotics facility down, maybe try to produce some sort of reavers very quickly. But yeah, they're not going to come out in time, and I'm sorry, Stork's just going to run over him at this point. 4 Dragoons being produced, but yeah, honestly, I don't think it's going to be enough. I'm not even sure that they have range upgrade yet, and I think that was the difference in that battle on the front right there, is that Stork had the range upgrade, where Rock, I think he was still upgrading his. Stork, in the meantime, getting his second economy up, and I think that really spells it. That's it for Rock. And now going to lose, yeah, he's going to end up losing these Dragoons fairly easily. Losing that first Dragoon, second Dragoon in retreat. He's going to try to lead Stork into the cannon so he can try to defend that front. He's going to lose, even if Stork falls back from this attack, he's still going to end up losing one of those gateways, as you can see. Rock going up and taking a single hit. All those units are now held position. Pushing up, going to try to pick off that one Dragoon. So Rock, yeah, in a lot of trouble here, losing, and more gateways being produced. Observatory going down for Stork, and yeah, I think that is Stork's pylon. Now looking at the colors out on the map, for whatever reason, it's a little more clear now. Robotics facility down, and we'll see if that robotics facility saves him, but really I don't think so. Second gateway going to go down, and now Stork can just storm in. As you can see, Rock's not going to be able to produce forces. Going to take those cannons down, going to take those Dragoons out. Probes coming off the front for Rock, and yeah, this is going to be absolute poor Rock. That's doomed for him. And Probes getting picked off one by one, just micromanaging those Dragoons back. Now trying to get back to the Nexus, but just wow, just massive cost already. Reaver being produced, but I think it's just too little too late. He cannot protect it against those Dragoons. Even if he gets a shot off, he's not going to be able to kill 7 Dragoons or 8 Dragoons in just a single hit. Yeah, and it's too far forward, going to be taken out. So, but Rock also known for fighting to the end, fighting at the very last minute, and so as soon as that Reaver goes down, then going to call GG. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. Another fast one. So Stork taking game 1, and yeah, one more to go for me, and these have been fast thus far. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. Thanks for listening.